DELETELAWZ DeCastro blasts Meyers and other auditors for acting negatively towards police. Says that it won't be tolerated in his new organization. Calls for change from all auditors to be nice, so it won't be held against them in court. Regan Benson verbally attacked city officials in Englewood while using homeless man as prop. Cerio fails to respond to sweep the leg challenge. Is he too afraid? Plus a look at the GoFundMe market on this edition of Auditing Insanity. Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Auditing Insanity Newscast powered by ReallyCoolNews. I'm Johnny Jones, and I'll be your host today for big stories on DeCastro, Regan Benson, Cerio, and a look at the GoFundMe market. With that, we're going to dive in early as we ask you to focus on
DeCastro lashes out at Meyers, other auditors. A disappointed DeCastro lashed out on his Tuesday night live stream at YouTuber Meyers and other First Amendment auditors who did not act professionally in their audits involving police and government officials. DeCastro said he had a lot of time to reflect on his past audits when he was wrongfully incarcerated in the Clark County, Nevada, detention center earlier in the year and has decided that all auditors involved in his new First Amendment auditing program must uphold standards of behavior while auditing. The activist and YouTuber explained that while he used to believe that insulting and degrading police officers was part of the First Amendment auditing process, he changed his mind when he was punished for his actions after calling a bailiff a pig before his trial for obstruction and interference earlier in the year. DeCastro warned that while reviewing footage of auditors' activities in court, abusive language or activities by the auditor can and will result in a harsher sentence as judges ignore the First Amendment and punish those who are negatively expressing their feelings against police. Reviewing a recent Meyers video as part of his live stream, DeCastro warned Meyers that his abusive language and disrespectful attitude will be used against him at the trials for his recent arrests. He advised Meyers that he must change his attitude towards police in the future to prevent further arrests. After seemingly abandoning his focus on his new First Amendment auditor channel, DeCastro revived his claims that he would soon be rebranding and focusing on teaching. He explained that his delay was due to deep depression over the health status of his dog Charlie, who is suffering from pancreatitis. DeCastro said it was another bad day for the animal, who again refused to eat. It was a turnaround from progress made by the animal on Monday when he was actively eating, and further negative progression from Saturday's report that Charlie was up and running around as normal. The YouTuber did not indicate what further healthcare has been provided to Charlie, but did indicate that his own mental health has been affected by the animal's illness. DeCastro shared that he has temporarily stopped working on everything for his TeenDLZ.com website as he spent days eating unhealthy food and spending time with his pet. Attempting to put a half-hearted effort into his announced new focus on Twitter/X, DeCastro's stream on the service again failed to bring in big numbers from his 623,000 YouTube followers. Last night's stream has been viewed 203 times on Twitter/X while it's been viewed over 2,000 times on YouTube. DeCastro is expected to live stream again later on Wednesday.
The GoFundMe market saw big gains for Sean Paul, Long Island audit Reyes, and his Support the Fight Against Tyranny and Corruption campaign on Tuesday, which sprang to life after his trespassing conviction made the news. The fund, which is his generic fund that is promoted on all his videos, saw a $100 donation sneak in with minutes to spare at the end of the day. Christopher Direct D. Ruff's fund devoted to clearing his name came in second for the day with a $20 donation. The donation comes as Direct D has returned to live streaming on Monday after privatizing all of the previous live streams on his channel. No other funds had activity for the day. We need your help. This newscast is funded by your donations along with what we make from our YouTube channel per month. While we did achieve full monetization on YouTube, we still need help to get through monthly expenses and keeping the lights on to bring you the paper and the newscast each day. If you can afford it, please consider donating to the GoFundMe run by this very channel. All donations literally go to keeping the lights on, eating, and writing news stories to feature here and on ReallyCoolSite.org. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch the advertisements on our videos and like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in. Cerio still mum on sweep the leg challenge. With just a little over 3 weeks until his next court case, Auditing the USA, Glenn Cerio has yet to respond to the sweep the leg challenge issued to him by Discord user Touche, which is intended to happen at his next court hearing on December 3rd. Cerio has always bragged about his ability to sweep the leg of police officers and first responders at the scene of traffic accidents or other encounters. Part of his great fame has come from his ability to get reactions from targets of the challenge without having to carry through with the challenge. The closest he's come to having to prove his toughness was an encounter with a member of the armed services in 2022 at a post office facility that almost ended in a brawl before it was broken up as someone accepted his challenge to get physical. After Cerio started to challenge first responders again, now bragging about his ability to break kneecaps, he went suspiciously silent when Discord user Touche accepted his challenge. To sweeten the deal, Touche added a $1,000 cash bonus for Cerio should he be successful in sweeping her leg, noting that she is several years older than the YouTuber, female, and not an active fighter. YouTube user Jane Doe 6181 sweetened the pot by adding another $500 to the challenge, which is intended to happen after Cerio's next small claims court hearing involving Everett, Washington, crime scene analyst Erica Bennett. Cerio claims that he is suing Bennett and the city of Everett for $100 million for Bennett issuing a police bulletin several years ago that contained his driver's license number and social security number. The small claims court has a limit of $10,000 in damages for any case. Cerio has yet to file his presumed federal lawsuit for the higher figure. It is unclear if Cerio will appear in person at his next hearing or if he'll opt for a Zoom appearance. His last court appearance was in October, where he unsuccessfully attempted to sue YouTuber Tella Klein for identity theft. After the hearing, Cerio falsely claimed that Klein was brandishing a weapon outside of the courtroom, which prompted an armed police response that ended without arrests. Discord user Touche, a friend of Klein's, issued the challenge soon after that incident. Even though she released photos of the money, nothing prompted Cerio to acknowledge the challenge. We will continue to monitor the ongoing drama involving Cerio as his court date approaches. Benson 45-day ban upheld in Englewood. Reagan Benson announced during her Tuesday afternoon live stream that her 45-day ban from the Englewood, Colorado, City Council chambers had been upheld after a review by an independent hearing officer. Benson had effectively been banned from the Englewood City Council chambers within the Englewood Civic Center last month after disrupting numerous City Council meetings with increasingly bizarre behavior. After a legal challenge to appeal the ban resulted in a hearing with the independent hearing officer, Benson claimed the officer was hired by the City Council to uphold her ban. She implied that further legal action would be taken against the Englewood city government. Tuesday saw Benson bring Robert Waters, the homeless man she saved from dying from frostbite in Englewood last winter, to be used as a human prop as she confronted members of the Englewood government at the swearing-in of new Englewood Police Chief David Jackson. Benson claimed that she attempted to follow the procedures set for exemptions to her ban, which would allow her to conduct business within the City Council chambers with a police escort provided no alternative means to do so were presented. She explained that she attempted to arrange a police escort on Friday, but hadn't heard anything back by Tuesday morning. She then filed an emergency brief with Englewood City Court System demanding access to the gathering. As Benson attempted to enter the Englewood City Council chambers, she was told that it was a private event by Englewood City Manager Sean Lewis, and she would not be allowed in. She was then handed a ruling by the court clerk that indicated that her emergency motion was denied, as she had no business to conduct within the city council chambers. Benson, accompanied by Robert, stood outside the city council chambers and recorded the event through the windows of the room. She mocked the events and the oath of office taken by the new police chief, and then presented Robert as a prop as she confronted police officers entering the chambers. After the event, Benson took Robert to the event's reception in the lobby of the building. She confronted both City Council member Rita Russell and City Manager Lewis about the closing of the event to the public, insulting and degrading Lewis in the process. Once the reception began to break up, she took Robert outside to scream at attendees as they exited the building. Benson continued to shout insults and degrading comments towards police officers before retreating to her car. Benson ignored Robert while she gave an extended speech imploring that Sean Lewis be fired for leading the conspiracy against her before ending her live stream. And we're back. Just another heads up that we'll be offline for parts of the next couple of days as we back up our main computer and do a full system restoration, including reformat and reinstall. Things have been buggy since the drive death last week, and we're addressing a backup situation, so we'll never lose files again. On that note, we're out of here this morning. Have a great day.